Going everyone, Cody there, back again. I had a few days off, so far I jumped back into it. Right, on Thursday last week, as you'll see from my last video that I've posted, a friend of mine, Stuart Horner, he's doing life in prison. Last year, in September 2016, he was so pissed off with the prison system at Strangeways, with the regime, the routine, the food, treatment of prisoners, conditions within the prison, the complaints procedure. He tried to do it via the league. He tried to do it through the complaints procedure, was just ignored, didn't get a response. Yeah, spoke to the fucking governor, Miss Williams, said she'd come back to address his issues, never saw her again. So obviously, he climbed up on the roof of Strangeways prison. He went onto the yard, he climbed the fence, and then he ripped the net in and got up onto the roof, yeah? And while he was up there, he smashed the prison up and everything else, right? Stuart Horner is an hero, right? When somebody takes it amongst themselves, right, upon themselves, to take the course of action, to highlight the problems within prison by scaling the roof. He smashed skylights, he tried to attack a fucking prison officer that riot, I think they're called the Tornado Squad. They go into prisons and stuff when it's like kicking off and stuff. Well, he was up on the roof and there's like screws in riot gear and stuff were trying to get up onto the roof, and he was jabbing at them. You can see it on the last video that I posted on the news report. So yeah, he got 9 years. Well, he got 10 years. He got 9 years for criminal damage, and he got an extra year for a fray. But the extra year, it'd run concurrent. For those that don't know, if you get 10 years, if you get 9 years and you get an extra year to run concurrent, that extra year doesn't count. You don't do that extra year because it's concurrent. They just tie it in layman's terms. The 9 years, it's tied into that. So you don't serve any more time. So we do 9 years. But for a man that's doing, I think Stuart got 27 years, right? I think he's like 4 or 5 years into that now. Now, if you're doing a life sentence, right, 9 years is nothing. It's a drop in the ocean. Like I say, what we need to do, we need to take action. People need to protest within prisons. Get up on the roof. Don't smash anything. Don't cause criminal damage or anything. But highlight the problems within prison. Obviously, I can't tell people to cause criminal damage and everything else. That's me agitating and like telling people to break the law. I wouldn't advise that. But do I say that prisoners and prisoners' families and friends should speak up? Then absolutely, yeah. It needs to be done within the confines of the law, obviously. But yeah, like I say, the thing is within Strangeways, right? It's the only cat here in the Northwest, right? It's 23-hour bang up, sometimes longer. The staff are non-existent, the skeletal to say the fucking least. I didn't get on with the screws there. Stuart spoke to some, and others he obviously didn't get on with. But like I say, he was sick of being fucking brushed under the carpet and not listened to. It's frustrating for prisoners because the thing is, the reason I do what I do, and the reason that Stuart Horner did what he did, I do interviews speaking up for prisoners, and Stuart Horner highlighted it from inside prison, right? And like I say, the Ministry of Justice, say that there's a story now, right? Say there's a developing story. You've spoken to a loved one on the phone from a prison across the country, right? You contact the media, right, to try and get the story out, yeah, to show the prison system for what it is, yeah. It could be a cell fire, it could be there's been a violent incident, it's kicking off, the rioting on the wing, anything, right? The media will contact the prison, right? Obviously it comes under the Ministry of Justice now. The media will ring the Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Justice, to stop any stories getting out, have got a blanket policy across the board. They say the following statement: we do not discuss individual cases. So the media then can't report what's going on. That's why the prison and the Ministry of Justice, they can't stop me from talking, can they? They can't stop me from filming and from talking and doing what I'm doing. Stuart Horner took the action that he took, getting up on the roof, smashing the roof up and everything. Another thing that's pissed me off as well, because I'm talking like in the aftermath of the trial and stuff. The trial started on the Monday, finished on the Thursday. He was found guilty, unanimous guilty verdict of the affray and of the criminal damage by the men and women of the jury. But the thing is, right, in the highlight of that, there's a prisons minister. I can't think of it. Sam Gadia or something, some black guy, right, saying, "Oh, we welcome this sentence and all this." If you fucking knew what you was doing, you fucking dick, right, and you and that Justice Secretary Liz Truss had an idea and was listening to prisoners' needs and stuff instead of burying your head in the fucking sand and the media day after day. There's not a day that goes by, right, when there is not a prison story in the media. Right, look at my Twitter, right? Look at my Facebook, yeah. All there is in the media is prison after prison story after prison story. Cat A, Cat B, Cat C, Cat D's. Women prisons throughout the United Kingdom are being fucking... People are suffering, man, and it's not good. People's way of getting out of prison is escaping, suicide and leaving in a body bag, which kills me, to be honest. I hate that. I hate people dying in prison from suicides or overdoses and stuff. A kid died on my last stretch of an overdose. It's not. I don't. Yeah, it's not. You wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. No one should die in prison. But like I say, I did an interview with Granada after Stuart. Right, I've just backed up what Stuart said, because I've been in that prison. I've been in Strangeways here in Manchester as well. So I spoke out to try and keep it in the headlines and try and keep it in the story and stuff. Stuart got found guilty, but I just echoed what he said to firm up what he said, which is true. 24-hour bang up. People are pissing and shitting in buckets because the prison are not fixing the toilets and stuff within the prison. Now imagine pissing and shitting in a bucket, right? It's coming spring, summer, yeah? So imagine what the smell's going to be like in your cell. Then big, thick glass windows with the heat magnifying everything in the cell. It's going to stink, right? You're going to end up with flies and all sorts. Because it's a Victorian prison, they won't pay for to fix the toilets and stuff. The prison's Victorian, it's run down. The prisoners are suffering in there big time. They're locked behind the doors. They're just forgotten about. It starts mental health problems. People that have got mental health problems, and there is a lot in prison that have got mental health problems, makes them worse. People are getting angry, agitated, depressed, paranoid, smashing the cell up, having to beg for toilet roll. That is no shit, literally having to beg for toilet roll. Because like I say, it's all government penny pinching and tightening the purse and stuff. And shit rolls downhill, and unfortunately prisoners are at the bottom of that hill. Like I say, prison's easy, but the conditions just, yeah, and where you're at mentally and stuff. Like I say, being locked behind your door where's the reform in that? Is being locked behind your door for 24 hours a day going to rehabilitate you? No, it's not. No, it's not. Right, you're going to get out and think, fuck this, and you're just going to go sick and start going on one. This is why prison officers are coming under fucking attack from prisoners and stuff, right, and violent incidents are happening within prisons. The prison officers are pissed off at the Ministry of Justice, so they're kicking off, and when they're twisting a lad up, they twist him up bad, yeah? Then the prisoner remembers and thinks, you know what, you little fucker, right? Because the prisoners are angry at the Ministry of Justice, they're attacking the prison staff because that's what they see in front of them, that's the uniform. So that's what goes on. But like I say, Stuart Horner took his own course of action to highlight the problems within prison now. Like I say, not the criminal damage side of things, but should people try and get on the roof? Should people get the story out from prison and stuff? Should people be writing to the media? Should people put news desk phone numbers for the media, like the Sun, the Mirror, the news, the local news desk and stuff? Write to them. Or put the number on your pin, lie who the number is, and ring the news desk and stuff and tell them what's going on within prisons. And everyone should do this across the board, right? People march in this country, right, for the NHS and everything else, right? Who marches for prisoners and prisoners' families, right? And prisoners' kids and prisoners' girlfriends and prisoners' families? Nobody. No one. There's all these stories in the media, right, about the injustice of the prison system and the joke that it is, right, and prisoners being punished, and IPP prisoners in prison for public protection, right, or as I call it, indefinite public protection, right. There's no light at the end of the tunnel for them lads, right. And you know what? Too many prisoners are just sitting there and soldiering it out and just sat there and they're not doing nothing about it, right. I'm not telling people to riot, right. I want to reiterate that, but I am telling people to make a stand, right. Get up on the roofs, try and get keys, get up on the roof, yeah. fucking, we need to protest. We need to come together as one, right? There's all, like I say, people. You've got the unions that are striking, right, for rail, for the fucking travel and stuff, for the rail, yeah, for the trains, yeah. You've got fucking doctors and nurses for the NHS fucking doing it, yeah. And like I say, what's happening for prisoners? Fuck all. And it's wrong, right? We might be prisoners, yeah. I'm a convict, yeah, straight up, right? I'm not proud of my past, but it's my past, right? I'm out. I'm free. So I don't need to do all this, but I want to do this because I want to highlight the problems within prisons and stuff. It's fucking wrong, man. Like I say, being rocked behind your door for 23, 24 hours a day, yeah, it literally is, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. People are literally climbing the walls. People are going into prison, never touched drugs in their life, and are going into prison and taking spice and every other illegal drug within prison, right? And people are dying in prison. People are stringing up, which means hanging themselves in prison, because they can handle the jail. It's just, there's no light at the end of the tunnel for them. The system's fucked them. People are just thrown in the cells and left to rot. And it kills me, man. There's some good kids in prison. There's people in prison, yeah, that want to be given courses, training and qualifications, right? So when they get out, right, they can get a job, pay tax, right, and pay back into the system. But they're forgotten about, and it's wrong. And then, so what they're doing then, they're making criminal connections within prison. And people are saying, oh, listen, if you need this, yeah, go to my boy, yeah. If you need a shooter, go to my kid, yeah. If you need some drugs, yeah, go to my kid. If you need some fucking dodgy fags, yeah, like fucking 200 sleeves, yeah, thousands of them, yeah, speak to my boy, yeah. You need credit card details for fraudsters, yeah, here's a number, right? So it just all you do in prison is make criminal connections. It has the opposite effect. It's fucking stupid. The only people that thrive in prison are the ones that have got nothing to lose on the out. People that have got no friends, that have got no family, they've got no kids, right? They've got no home because they're losing their home on short sentences. So when they get out of prison, they've got nothing to go out to. They want to go straight back to prison, and they break the law straight away, get recalled to prison, because it's better to be in prison with 3 meals a day, a roof over your head, and a warm cell, than it is to be living outside, be homeless and stuff. And like I say, the prison's just a revolving door. And the only people that can make a change, really, is the government. If the system's fucked and the system's broke, right, you've got to do something to change the people's lives, to change prisoners' lives. People speak about prison reform, but they don't speak to prisoners, right? Surely, if you want someone to behave and find out what their needs are and what they want to gain from their time in prison, right, is to speak to them. But they don't. You get all these MPs that don't live in the Sam Guy or whatever it's called, or fucking Liz Truss, pardon me, Liz Truss, right? Who are raining the axe down on prison system and stuff. And the simple fact is I could run the prison system 10 times better than all of them, because I've been a prisoner. I know what prisoners need. I know what prisoners want, right? Like I say, some people in the prison system are lost. They're a lost cause. But there are a lot of decent people in prison that want a second chance and want to get out and better themselves and stuff. And then you've got other people that they become dependent on drugs and alcohol, and they're lost. They're a lost cause. There's even lads that are in drug and alcohol programs and stuff, like that are drug and alcoholics, yeah, that actually want to better themselves as well. They want to kick the gear. They want to get off the drugs. They want to get off the drink. But because the help's not there, people are just going untreated, unmedicated, because there's a lot of people in prison with mental health problems, right? People are shitting up, slashing themselves, attempting suicide, carrying out successful suicides. God bless them, may they rest in peace. Overdosing, dying of drug overdoses. I've seen it on my last stretch. A lad ended up brain damaged because he took spice in prison. It's his first time in prison, first time taking spice. His heart stopped, and now he's got brain damage for the rest of his life. It's not worth it. Stay away from spice at all costs. And then, like I say, then a lad died of a drug overdose on a drug-free wing. So it tells you everything you need to know about the prison system. I'm tired of I'm just talking, like going through the same subjects over and over again. Because, like I say, until something changes, you've got to keep on them and on them. I want to start writing letters, to the government, to Liz Truss, to Sam Guy, and stuff like that, these prison fucking people, the Justice Secretary and stuff, and trying to find out what's going on and try and intervene and say, look, I'm a former prisoner, I've got my head screwed on, I know the score, right? I do these interviews with the media, trying to get better conditions and treatment for prisoners and stuff. Speak to me. It won't happen and stuff like that. You got to be high up and have lots of money behind you and education and all this shit to be listened to. If I was a millionaire, they'd probably listen to me, but unfortunately I'm not. But it's just a sad state of affairs. It kills me, to be honest. Too many people suffering. We need to make a stand. We need to protest. If we can gain momentum where people are actually willing to protest in their own outside prisons that are local to them, and get the media down, because the media will turn up if you contact them, we can start to get a movement going here in the UK where prisoners, where there's like people standing up for prisoners and stuff and protesting for prisoners. And that's the only way to make a change, people. It probably won't make a change, but if you don't fucking try, you don't get anywhere, do you? So I'd rather try and fail than not try at all. Anyway, guys, as usual, get me on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. If you've got any subjects you'd like me to speak about, feel free to comment below and I'll do a video. All right, guys, thank you very much. Take care. Bye.